Hello, everybody. I hope you are having a fantastic day. There are a lot of changes going on up in here, and I have felt compelled for, I want to say, like the past 3 weeks to make a video. And in that time, I have, but I've also just had like multiple attempts. And I'm going to go ahead and assume that it has something to do with Mercury being in retrograde. Look it up if you don't know what I'm talking about. But it has been kind of not coming out. And it's been like this itch that I just have not been able to scratch. And it's kind of been driving me nuts. And the more videos that I make, and they really become this medium, this vessel of self-discovery, and this way of kind of like, I feel like coming out as who I am, and kind of putting it all out there, that this is who I am, and that I don't want to pretend I'm not who I am. I want to go out there and get the things that I want in my life, and I want to do that now. And it's fitting for me to talk about that right now because I am a few weeks away from moving out of Minneapolis, the city I've grown up in, the place I've always lived. I've, lived a couple of other places, but no longer than a few months at a time. So this is huge, and I'm moving with a partner, and that's also very different from anything I've ever done. I am so happy to be doing this. I'm going to be done with my job in less than 2 weeks. I do not have another job lined up for me. I have money saved in my bank account. We're going to pack everything into our car, drive out to the Virginia area, and take a little time to kind of regroup and see what we want to do next, but very much open to possibilities. Very much kind of see what happens. And I've always been a list maker and a planner and somebody who needed to constantly check, okay, that's in place, okay, that's in place, okay, that's in place. And actually I had this strange habit of oscillating wildly in between being like that and then putting everything off until the very last second. Like with packing, when I went to England for 3 months, I packed like right before I left. And I was one of the last people to get to the airport. I'm with like my group that was flying out. I was one of the last people there. They were like, "Oh, glad you made it." Anyway, so I have a tendency to do that. Or I have had a tendency to do that because I'm feeling I'm in a really different place right now. Things have really changed. I'm starting to just love myself unconditionally, and it's made such a safe space for myself to kind of spread my wings and like get comfortable and like decide what I'm actually like, because I've had all of these ideas and I've been so into beating myself up or praising myself based on my actions or based on my habits. And once I kind of got to the place of saying I'm going to love myself no matter what I do, I think it kind of threw me through a loop for a while, and I was like, oh, if I can be loved no matter what, then I don't need to try to force it or try to earn my love for myself anymore. So yeah, I'm just in this place of like total transition right now. And I have been just kind of stuck communicatively, and a lot of things have happened recently to more further break down my ego walls, which I'm really happy about. It's been really difficult, honestly, really difficult, but it's really good because it's helping me transform more and more into who I want to be. And I think part of me has just been desiring to share that. I'm so excited to get out into the country and to get out into nature. And as beautiful of a city as Minneapolis is, I'm ready for more nature. I'm ready to be out in the middle of nowhere. I'm ready to, take walks and see nobody and drive on dirt roads and really connect to the cycles and seasons. And that's something that it's very easy to forget about when we're all just, sitting in our apartments with our, electricity. And recently my electricity went out and I was like, wow, this automatically tunes me more into cycles and seasons. There's so many different things that can help do that. But this is just where I'm at in my life right now. And for some reason, I've just had this impulse to share it. And I think I've gotten to the point where I've made enough videos that old pattern me would be like, okay, you've got to evaluate this now, and like, no more just playing around. What are you doing? What do you want from doing this? But this new me doesn't want to do that. I want to let it keep unfolding, and I want to see what connections that I make out of this, what things I learn about myself, what I allow. And it's funny because this feeling, like this sense of urgency that I have when it comes to making these videos, I have always wanted in terms of something artistic. I always wanted this feeling when it came to writing or, anything artistic. I really wanted this. And I'm having it in a medium. I'm not uncomfortable in this medium, but it is totally new. It is so new, and I'm not perfect at it. And I just posed the question, what would happen if you allowed yourself to follow this type of impulse? What would you do if you just kind of remove the judgments from it? Or you know what, maybe not remove the judgments, but maybe just recognize that even if you're judging yourself, you can kind of still be in that place of observing it and saying, okay, yeah, you just judged that, sure, but that's not the only perspective, or that's not the only thing at play here. And the thing that really gets me excited is that for some reason, there's something going on that is just pushing me towards it, and it feels like a really sweet, kind way of doing it. It's urgent, but it's very authentic. There's no part of me that sits down and is like, really, well, there probably is some part of me, to be honest, but there's not that this like urgent, feeling that I have is not coming out of a place of like ego. It's really coming out of this like, I have to scratch this itch, I have to express this. I don't know why. It's just like bubbling up, percolating. So if there's something like that in your life, maybe you don't even know because you've been sitting on it, or you've been pushing it away so hard because it's really difficult sometimes when there are all these judgments that we're throwing at everything all the time. But I'm just going to throw it out there for you to think about. And this kind of impulse may get clearer and clearer and clearer. So, that's what's going on with me right now. I send you light and love. I wish you the absolute best. Mercury is only in retrograde for another 10 days or so, so let's all hang in there and have fun. And at that point, I will be almost ready to move. So, okay, have a fantastic day, everybody, and I will talk at you later.